injured here. 3v3 Argus Desert Gate blue team. It's CookieMonster, also known as Noisy Elmo, and Pega plays a Lord General. Starts off with this retinue to help him out. Fights range combat, very good defense and support abilities. Alongside, it's Pibb with his Raven Alpha tunneling command with a great mobility. Starts off range combat, has some good offense as well. And Kungalooh, rounding off blue team, is an Eldar Warlock melee command with awesome disruption and mobility, has fleet as well. Up against Tyger on this west side as a Chaos Sorcerer offensive commander with good disruption, lots of spells, quite energy intensive but can regain energy by consuming an allied model. Heretics are trying to cap and they should be able to finish it. Caeltos alongside Tyger is a Eldar Farseer. This is the lead designer of Elite Mod. Support commander that fights melee, good debuffs and buffs. Also has fleet, so decent mobility for her. And rounding a red team is Max Powers, Force Commander, melee commander with great versatility, awesome offense, and also tank, disrupt, and support with some buffs. On this east side, up against CookieMonster's Lord General, who takes the building. This garrison on the east side, this is the contested VP. Blue team have a natural in the south, red team a natural in the north. And Pibb is pushing it with Hormagorns, almost wiping those Dire Avengers down to 2 hit points. Double Termagants for Pibb, who often plays random, so might have gone random for this, I'm not sure though. CookieMonster's Lord General losing his 2 retinue members, but as you can see he can reinforce them anywhere he likes. It's quite difficult to take down the Lord General since he will always die last. Has a Sentinel, tier 1 vehicle that can decap points but cannot cap them. The Stomp will be very useful for keeping this Force Commander under control. Dire Avengers here for Caeltos. He's gone for double Dire Avengers and he's getting aspects as soon as he can. Tyger with double Heretics. Chaos Space Marines in between. Heavy ranged infantry, decent in melee. Can become very, very dangerous in tier 2 with Marks of Chaos. Heavy Weapon Squad on the field for CookieMonster with a Heavy Bolter by default that will suppress infantry. Kungalooh has a Guardian Weapon team with a Shuriken Cannon on this west side. So we might see Raptors from Tyger. East side going very, very blue. They have not capped the VP though, so it's a 1-to-1 cap. Slight VP lead for blue. Caeltos, double Dire Avengers behind cover. Where is the Farseer? She's smacking on a Raven Alpha tunnel. These Dire Avengers taking tons of damage and have to retreat. Here comes Max Powers, Force Commander, with the Iron Halo up already, allows him to tank damage and get in amongst squads that little bit better. There's the Tactical Marine Flamer. Look at the range it has now, taking down that multi-last turret very, very quickly. Force Commander trying to flank this Heavy Weapon Squad, and he has done, but now he gets into range of it, but there's the Farseer to help him out. Sentinel Stomp, stun and knock back with a little bit of damage. Did not knock back the False Commander there, as you can see, because his shield was up. Shields stop most kinds of knockback. What's happening on the west side? Tyranids there causing problems, helping out Kungalooh's Warlock. Tyger has some Havocs. He can, of course, and he is getting Vessels of the Warp to teleport into this setup team and disrupt it. Has Sword of Flame as well. Red team now pushing east side, and they are capping the VP. Tactical Marines with this Flamer are going to burn down these generators. 2.1 Tactical Marine Flamers, a hell of a lot better, I think. Increased range, 100% accuracy on the move, and they are cheaper. Seeing them a lot more, which is good. Force Commander in retreat. Farseer might need to retreat herself soon. Starts off with the Guide ability, which is awesome. And that would be very, very nasty with the Flamer, in fact. Giving it even more range and damage. And remember that the Flamer's damage is constant across this area. It doesn't fall off on the edges or anything. 484, 486, a 1-to-1 cap. Blue team capping red's natural though. This is the Warlock of Kungalooh under Dire Avenger 5 from Caeltos. But I think he's going to finish the cap, maybe not. Stops capping to put a Disruptor on them. That's his starting ability. West side is uncapped, that power. Chaos Sorcerer being a nuisance. Taking out Rangers in retreat. Ouch, almost wiped the squad there. Sniper infantry, and they have their Pathfinder gear, so he doesn't want to lose these guys. Tier 2 for Pibb with just double Termagants. Usually you need a Hive turret to pull off a double termagant tier 1 and then go tier 2, but he's doing it with the Raven Alpha. 484, 473, maybe a quick zone throw, but we do have assault squad on the field, so I'd like to see a Tyrant Guard. We'll see. Head weapon squad are going to get jumped by the assault marines, you'd think. Just waiting for Caeltos to join him, I think. No, he's jumping in. Jump troops with jetpacks, fight melee with bolt pistols and chainsaws. Awesome for countering setup teams, as you just saw there, but also very useful against ranged squads in general. Here comes some Catachan Devils though, and these guys have power melee. They should be forcing melee on these assault marines, who lose a model and jump again. That was very, very risky jump. If the Catachans were forcing melee, they might have wiped that squad there. Force Commander getting some special attacks off. He's used his battle cry, buffing the damage of this Farseer, as you can see, who gets a special attack herself. Tactical Marine Flamer absolutely owning that heavy weapon squad in that garrison. Flamer's an awesome anti-garrison weapon, of course, in general. Catachans in amongst those Tactical Marines though with their power melee weapons and might wipe them out. Stop to use their shotguns and they do wipe them out. That is a huge blow for max power. The Lord General supporting his squads with the Sergeant Retinue member handing out medical packs, which you've seen go off a couple of times. Is he going to lose his Force Commander as well? He does lose his Force Commander as well. That was the all-reliable grenade launcher going off. 484, 432. Catachan, such a versatile squad. Can support, can disrupt, and can counter melee squads, as well as being a constant threat to power armor or heavy infantry in general in tier 1 with their melee. Raven Alpha getting a sync kill on those retreating Dire Avengers. Blue team doing very, very well in tier 1, you would have to say. Tyger has some grenade launcher heretics. Looks like he's lost his other heretic squad. Does still have his havocs though. These guys have a heavy bolter and they suppress very, very quickly. Blue team now pushing east side. Assault Marines from Max back out on the field. Hugely outnumbered though, but here come Wraith Guard from Caeltos, putting guide on them. You can tell by those yellow circles. That's increased damage and range from the Farseer. It does also buff melee squads, but of course the range buff has no effect on melee weapons. He's gone for the Doombringer as well, so he can debuff damage resistance on an enemy and buff damage for his own squads. That's going to be a nasty combo, especially if he can catch stuff in retreat with it. 484, 352, 2-to-1 cap for blue team, and Pibb has a Tyrant Guard with a super heavy infantry armor, 2,500 hit points of it. Also has a self-heal, a charge, heavy melee with a splash. It does 95 heavy melee per hit. A lot of people underestimate the damage output of a Tyrant Guard. 484, 342 has some Venom Brood as well, so he's going to be doing pretty damn well versus any vehicles that hit the field. Has Acid Splatter too, look at this. I don't think I've ever seen this in 2.1. Got a damage buff. It's an area of effect melee weapon. It's not power melee, which is why I don't think we see it that often. But let's see what he can do. If you get in amongst these heretics, it's going to be very, very nasty. A bunch of them died for Getaway, in fact. Those were Tyger's heretics. 474, 342, Wraith Guard with their Warlock leader, giving them Wraith Sight, boosting their speed a bit, though the Farseer herself would also give them Wraith Sight if she's close enough. Catachans forcing melee on their heavy armor, and they are backing off. They're already level 2, this Wraith Guard. Force Commander's level 2 as well. Farseer also level 2, has Runes of Reaping, boosting their energy regen and reducing the cooldown of their spells, which could be very, very nasty with Doom and Guide going off constantly. Looks like Guide is up on these Wraith Guard, in fact. So that might be the battle cry of the Force Commander. In a way, it's worn off. 451, 342. Here come the Tyrant Guard. Bad, bad news for those Wraith Guard. Wraith Guard are vulnerable to anything that can get them in melee. Huge damage potential versus all targets at range though. Kind of like a short range artillery squad. They also suppress infantry. Rippers on the field for Pibb. Chimera for CookieMonster, allowing all of this allied infantry to reinforce. Tyrant Guard trying to get a model loss on his assault marines, but cannot. Max Power now has some Devastators. Start off with a heavy bolter, much like Chaos Havocs do. Tyger has some bloodletters. Warlock starting to get nasty with the Merciless Switchblade and the Champion's Robe. Looks like we're going to see the tank Warlock build, also known as the Jedi build. Champion's Robe and Heart of Darkness. 438, sorry, 333. Chaos Sorcerer level 2, doing some good damage with that Sword of Flame. Does damage over time. There's these Doom Bolts as well. Caught in melee now by Hormagaunts and is able to retreat, and that was the Dark Flames as well on those Termagants. They did not lose any models. Look at this. We have Endless Swarm up on these Termagants, taking up to 10 models. Do we have it on the Hormagaunts as well? We don't. 438, 319. You usually only see that on Hormagaunts. Double Rangers for Kungalooh. Plague Marines for Tyger, and a Wraith Lord for Caeltos. 438, 311. A 2-to-1 cap still for blue. Got red team doing reasonably well, considering Max losing his tactical marines, and Wraith Guard making short work of that Chimera. Good grief, with Guide up on them. Perhaps Doom was on them, on the Chimera as well. That was insane. One volley and it went down. Not sure how much health it started with. Caeltos' Farseer might go down here though. Gets away with 14 hit points. She now has the Armor of Fortune, so she has a lot of abilities to use. She has Fleet, Guide, Doom, and now Fortune. Going to be very energy intensive, so the increased energy regen from Runes of Reaping is going to help out, especially since things will be coming off cooldown even quicker. Lord General backing off. Still has that Sergeant Retinue member. You see him there with the Chainsword and Auto Pistol. Force Commander with the Thunderhammer. Very good disruptive melee weapon. A power melee weapon, in fact. Assault Marines have their Sergeant. Let's look at mid. It's a Wraith Lord. Has the Bright Lance upgrade. Rangers taking pot shots. Venabrood being chased down by this Wraith Lord. Very, very capable melee walker for Eldar. Can get a self-heal in tier 3. 438, 266. Has the huge advantage as well of the ranged weapon on its shoulder not affecting how good it is in melee. Can still hurt you very, very badly with that huge Wraith Sword it carries around. Splash damage, heavy melee. Bright Lance taking huge amounts of damage, but they do get away. The Venabrood again harassing the Wraith Lord down to half hit points. Could do with some support here. CookieMonster has some Ogryns, but doesn't have the Chimera anymore to support them. Is he going to replace his Chimera? Almost has 500 red already. Plague Marines for Tyger all the way over on this east side. And look at this, Pibb using a Tyrant Guard to push red team all the way back to the base. But now it is in trouble. Does not have any synapse here for the Tyrant Guard. And it's being snared by the Plague Marines. Raven Alpha won't provide synapse, or is he? He now has the damage aura. Does that provide synapse for the Tyrant Guard? Looks like it does. Awesome. Has regenerate as well. Makes the hive for the Raven Alpha, sorry, very, very tough. But now the Tyrant Guard is very, very isolated. And he's going to lose this thing, I think. Might want to go into shield wall mode, but the Plague Marines will still damage it. And it's going to go down here. No, the Tyrant Guard goes down. Get 50 red from that thing. 438, 215. Marco Zinch, Chaos Space Marines, level 2. Their Inferno Bolt is doing good damage to all infantry targets, including commanders, and Warlock almost taken down, saved an excellent kinetic shot by those Rangers there. Chaos Sorcerer tying stuff up with that awesome special attack he has. Bloodletters doing a really good job. Purple Bloodletters. Here come Tyranids to help out, maybe. They've spotted a webway gate, but are tied up by aspiring champion heretics and run away.
Message received.
Tyger building up a pretty sizable army here. Bloodletters, Plague Marines, Double Heretics, Havocs, and Marco Zinch, Chaos Space Marines. Havoc still with their default heavy bolter, so he keeps that suppressing ability. Raven Alpha finds the webway gate. East side is kicking off. Here come Ogryns, down to a single model though. And they do get away, it looks like. And look at this, CookieMonster has the Vox Operator retinue member. He can call down reinforcements. He needs to pay for it, of course. 438, 204. Can't remember how much the cooldown is 200 or 300 requisition, I think. But seen as it reinforces all of your squads, it's usually very, very much worth it. 438204. That Wraith Guard squad now level 3 and almost level 4 have done fantastically well. What are they doing now though? They want to shoot it with their Wraith Cannons. Turn around. 437204 Wraith Guard are very, very good at hitting power. Red team coming back big time here. Tyger has stayed very, very strong on his west side. More rippers from Pibb. He's getting those with the without number global ability for Tyranids. Chaos Sorcerer using Coruscating Flame on himself, doing tons of damage to his rippers and does take them out. Rippers can be very, very annoying to deal with since they cannot be suppressed and are very difficult to hit with ranged weapons since they're so small. 416204 Kungalooh draining the energy of this sorcerer with his merciless switchblade, and he does have the Heart of Darkness now. Looks like he's already used it though because he's in retreat. Damage over time bolters of the Plague Marines working on that Warlock is level 3. Force Commander now coming to support the west side. Has some Stern Guard veterans with Hellfire rounds loaded in, doing nasty damage over time to light infantry and commanders. Bloodletters teleporting on the Bright Lance. Do not get a model though. And that is a very, very nasty double by the red team on Kungalooh. 391204. Webway Gate goes down. That was... whose was that? That was Kungalooh's. Caeltos's. Farseer. Level 5. Now in retreat. Devastator's in the building for Max. Blue team now pushing the east side very, very well. Taking advantage of red team even pushing the west side in double. 378204 CookieMonster preserving his Cataclysms to level 2, fully upgraded with their Sarge and their Demolition Man. So they now have a melter gun, there you see it. Autark from Caeltos with her Executioner Spear, sub-commander for Eldar, very, very quick on her feet. As you can see, this is a default running speed. She can also jump over cover. Submarines jumping into the Imperial Guard squad, but overshoot it slightly, and there is the Vox Operator reinforcement reinforcing these Ogrins up to full. These guys are super heavy infantry with heavy melee damage. Force Commander getting amongst with Battle Cry to disrupt them. Doing a good job so far, but does go down. And there's a full retreat from CookieMonster, was just about to get doubled really badly. Caeltos coming in with his Wraith Guard, which are now level 4. I shudder to think at the damage those guys are putting out at level 4. Carnifex though, on the field for Pibb, has the Venom Cannon. Very, very effective versus large targets, but he can't fire on the move. 378204. Also has the awesome Bioplasma, which can be pretty nasty if you can pull it off. Has a tendency to hit objects though instead of what you want it to hit. 372204. Grab an Alpha in amongst some Marines with his Acid Splatter, now in retreat though. Should have gone off on his Stern Guard. And a full retreat from all of these Tyranids. The Carnifex, of course, being a monstrous creature, cannot retreat, has vehicle armor with a small amount of health regeneration, and it's taken tons of damage from this Wraith Guard. Have Guide up. Force Commander with the Sacred Standard now. Constant damage buff to surrounding allies. And Artificer. Level 4. Carnifex looks like it's going to survive. Nicely done by CookieMonster with the all reliable Grain Orchard of the Cataclysms there. Now Gene Stealers for Pibb. Does not have melee synapse at the moment though. 366204. Terminators on the field for max power. Storm Bolters and Power Fists. Super heavy infantry that cannot retreat, but they can teleport. Needs to be careful with Ogrins around though. These are level 2 Ogrins. 360204. Stormtroopers with anti-armor kit for CookieMonster. Look like red he has. Almost maxing out with 934. 353204 Ogrins forced off again. Haven't really seen them be able to break lines and stay in melee combat. Chaos Terminators now for Tyger, getting their autocannon. demoralize enemies with each kill, unlike the Space Marine Terminators who inspire allies with each kill, which means it's usually a good idea to target a very weak squad with your Terminators so you can get those on-kill effects to go off as much as possible. Termagants in retreat, as our Rangers. D cannon is up. Very dangerous and long-range artillery setup team by Eldar. But Tyger teleports in his Chaos Terminators with those power fists and scares the crap out of it. They are pretty overextended now though, and here come Gene Stealers with Rending Claws. But it looks like he's not gonna push them in, doesn't want to overextend them. Farseer using Guide. Wraithbone going off for those Wraith Guard allows them to self-heal, much like the Wraith Lord's ability. Wraith Lord didn't survive though to tier 3. 310, 204. Avatar on the way for Kungalooh. Max power. Stern Guard still haven't leveled yet. Red team doing very well though, have a 2-to-1. Can they keep this going? Blue team are capping the east side with guardsmen. Scouts there not wanting to get involved because they get hammered. There's a Tyranids formation from Pibb. Knockback and damage from these capillary towers. They also grant synapse. Wow, did pretty well versus the Eldar there. Generally seen as one of the weakest nukes in terms of damage output, for these towers do also grant a synapse to Tyranids. They are crushable though, so you can just walk over them with something big. 297, 204, 1-to-1 cap. Avatar almost on the field for Kungalooh. Gene Stealers really need that melee synapse to shine. Only 1050 hit points without it. There's Coruscating Flame on those Plague Marines and scares off the Gene Stealers. Tyger doing very well. I think he only lost a single Heretic squad so far. Bloodletters still level 1. These guys are power melee demon infantry. Very good synergy with worship. And they really hurt if they get into melee with heavy armor. D cannon runs away. Right, Lancers set up here. 297, 204. East side. Max power mopping up some guardsmen. And the Farseer will cap that VP. Hadashans survive though, they are level 3 now. Avatar on the field for Kungalooh, super unit for Eldar. Very powerful in melee combat. The Caeltos Sorcerer using Tome of Subjugation. What is he using it on? I think he was using it on the Gene Stealers there, I'm not sure. He's in retreat now though, there's the Wailing Doom. These Havocs might want to get a las cannon or an auto cannon or something. 292, 204. All kicking off mid. Avatar. We now have some melee synapse for those Gene Stealers as well. Gene Stealers up to, well, only 1470 because they've lost a couple of models. Eldritch Storm. That was Kungalooh. Wraith Guard is level 4. Wraith Guard still around. 3,346 hit points for those guys. 276, 204. Raffen Alpha switched into his Corrosive Devourer, almost level 5. Very nasty plasma weapon. By far the best weapon Raffen Alpha has, I think. Very rarely see a melee Raffen Alpha because of this awesome Corrosive Devourer. 265, 204. Force Commander has gone down, which means his Sacred Standard gives an even bigger damage buff. Stern Guard almost absolutely wiped out there. Just about get away level 2. Force Commander back to his feet, goes right in there with that Thunderhammer. Rangers in retreat. Almost level 3. These guys a bit further behind in experience. 258, 204. Red team now decapping Blue's natural, but they're trying to cap the east side. Avatar now on the field for Caeltos. Ogren's finished the cap but are forced off immediately afterwards. CookieMonster done an awesome job keeping these guys alive, I think. And he still hasn't used his rocket run. 257, 204. Red team's gonna get a double here, I think, at least. Those Terminators in huge amounts of trouble. Go down to the ranged Tyranids. Ouch. That Venom Cannon from the Carnifex with awesome accuracy versus large targets, which is what Terminators are. Also the Venom Brood and those double Termagants, level 4 Termagants. What is this? An Eldritch Storm on the Tyranid blob. Looks like he spotted it just in time, moves off, and doesn't too badly. Lost a bunch of Termagants, but that's alright. 221, 204. Force Commander goes down. No, he doesn't. Just took down the Warlock. Level 4 Warlock. Force Commander is what? Almost level 6. Demon Russ from CookieMonster. I think he called this thing down, did he? Yep. Zone Throat now on the way for Pibb.
200 points, sir.
Lots of big armies on the field now. Kungalooh has Seer Council and an Avatar beside them to buff them. Avatar grants suppression, immunity, and some damage resistance to nearby allies. 185204. Here is Caeltos' Avatar though. Terminators with their assault cannon. There's the rocket run by CookieMonster. Finally we see it. Not sure that it did a whole lot though. 177204. 2-to-1 cap for red. What is this? It's a D-cannon on the way for Caeltos. Avatars going toe to toe. Carnifex and Demon Rust there helping out for blue team against Caeltos' Avatar, so he backs off. Plague Marines though helping out Caeltos' Avatar. 165204. Level 2 Plague Marines. Wailing Doom on nothing. What is this? Oh, we're trying to take out the Sorcerer in retreat, and does so. Nicely done by Kungalooh. 156204. What is this? It's a Mark of Pawn Havoc squad with an autocannon. Down to 2 models though. And this guy is pushing further forward for some reason. 156204. Huge running in battle in mid. East side is uncapped. Ogrin is in retreat. Wraith Guard is still around with over 3,000 hit points. Double Wailing Dooms. What is this? A Singularity? I think it is. 156204. There's a Singularity, pulls in the Zone Throat and did a bunch of damage as well. Demon Rust goes down to this awesome Wraith Guard squad again with Guide on them. Farseer levels to 10. 156203. Chaos Terminators for Tyger, his second squad, also with the autocannon. Shows you how much you can level as a support commander. 156194. Tyranids formation went off here and completely destroyed this garrison. That's one thing Tyranids formation does very well. Instantly destroys a garrison. But look at this. Assault Terminators from max power are going to take down that Carnifex with their Thunder Hammers. A melee heavy weapon. The Carnifex will explode, but I don't think the explosion does anything, does it? No. 152194. Double Dire Avengers, level 4 for Caeltos. Avatar going after these Gene Stealers, who need to be very careful. Has leveled them to 2. 141194. Some more setup teams perhaps for both teams in mid. Maybe a plasma cannon for Max. He has a decent amount of red, could drop an orbital soon. Also has a librarian to support his double Terminators. And let's not forget, he has the Sacred Standard on his Force Commander, so those double Terminators are getting a damage buff. An even higher damage buff now because the Force Commander's gone down. Level 7 Force Commander. I think it goes up to 40% damage buff if he's incapacitated. Usually a 25% damage buff. 115194. Assault Terminators with Lightning Claws. 70 DPS power melee splash. They will make short work of these Ogrins, even if they're level 4. Short work of pretty much any infantry, to be fair. Wailing Doom catches the Plague Marines just on the end, but they do survive. 102194. The action is not letting up in mid. Both avatars are still around. Caeltos is down to half hit points. Wailing Doom on the Tyranids, causing them to fall back. Zone Throat without its warp field up, giving some health regen to those Tyranids with its health regen synapse. Chaos Terminators have lost a bunch of hit points. That autocannon is such an awesome range weapon though. Good damage to all targets with small area of effect. And now we have a fire prism on the field for Caeltos. 98, 190. Can blue team hold on to this 2-1? Caeltos putting down their explosive. And there are no detectors here, so they're going to blunder right into it, I think. Dire Avengers capping, doesn't set off the explosives though. And here is a Bane Blade for CookieMonster. Bristling with guns, 2 las cannons, 3 twin linked heavy bolters, which will suppress. And those assault terminators go down. Ouch. 8 a shot from the demolisher and the main battle cannon, and those las cannons were also hitting it, of course. Ogrin's in there just to make sure, and down go those terminators. There's a rocket run, the second one from CookieMonster. He's had so much red. That one, I don't think he did a whole lot either. Did stop the cap at least. Here comes Pibb now. All of this stuff with a huge speed buff. That is the global ability of the Warlock, boosting the speed of all Eldar infantry on the map. An awesome global that the Warlock has. The Warrior Brood needs to run away. 92, 178. Baneblade getting shots off. Mopping up those Dire Avengers. Very difficult for the players to keep track of all of their squads with huge engagements like this. It's such a long game. There's Tyranids formation on the retreat path of the Dire Avengers. What the heck? Just trying to finish up a single Dire Avenger with that. That was very, very strange by Pibb. 79, 178. What is all this flames? Was that a dark flames that went off? I think it was. Red team pushed back big time, and that was a good engagement from blue. Started off with those lightning claw terminators going down. Not sure what they were trying to do, teleporting right in front of a Baneblade like that. 74, 178. Do red team have what it takes to take down this Baneblade? With the Seer Council and the Avatar still around. Fire Prism also for Kungalooh. Caeltos getting another Fire Prism. Looks like he lost his max power. Level 3 Stone Guard, level 7 Force Commander back to his feet. Farseer still level 10, of course. Level 4 Chaos Sorcerer. Level 7 Lord General, very nice Wailing Doom there. Raven Alpha's level 8, and the Warlock is level 7. 74, 162. Max power pushing hard now through up to the east side. Thought red team were going to try and push mid, but looks like they are pushing east again. At least max power is, and Caeltos is alongside with the Avatar. That Baneblade is nasty though. No sign of a repair bunker up, which usually accompany Baneblades, especially if they're sitting on a VP. Don't think CookieMonster has the resources to get a repair bunker on the field just now. He's going for a Manticore. Very good in close games to stop caps and the like. 74, 138. Baneblade backing off now. Grenades absolutely owning those guardsmen from Caeltos. Here comes the Avatar leading the push. Terminator's in behind, Stone Guard in behind, all getting this area of effect buff from the Avatar, and there's an orbital from Max. One of the beams is going to hit the Baneblade directly, doing damage over time, and then a big damage burst. In fact, he put all of the beams onto the Baneblade, which was a mistake since he just moved off. 74, 129. Wailing Doom from the Avatar, now wailing on the Baneblade. Wants to try and get in behind for rear armor hits. 74, 129. Baneblade has 3,500 hit points, but you can get rear arm hits on it, unlike Land Raiders. It looks like it's going to go down there, I think. Zone Throat gets away, level 2 Zone Throat, or does it? Yes, I think it does. Now a Lictor on the field for Pibb. Where is he? He's back at base. Oh, we have some Eternal Formation towers in base from Pibb. 74, 129. The station towers, I should say, and down goes the Avatar for Caeltos. Ogrin's, I think, finishing it off. There is the Eldest Storm though to finish off the Baneblade. Nicely done. Swapped one super unit for another. 72, 129. Middle is... no, it's not. Yes. Wreck point being decapped by Plague Marines. Are they going to push against the natural? 67, 129. Blue team have a lot of stuff on the east side still. CookieMonster now has this Manticore, which is bringing forward heavy artillery unit huge damage and range potential, but very vulnerable to anything that can hurt vehicles pretty much. Fire Prism snared by the Zone Throat, finished off by the Avatar. Nicely done by blue team. 67-124. That was Caeltos' second Fire Prism that went down. Lost his Avatar as well. Still has this beastly Wraith Guard squad though. And at level 10 Commander of course, but she is down. Land Raider Phobos now on the way for Tyger. Another Carnifex for Pibb. 67-113. Marcos Inc. CSM are not level 4. Wow, very surprising. Flesh hooks from the Lictor. Sub-Commander for Tyranids can leap, can infiltrate, and Flesh Hook does not lose energy when it infiltrates as well by default, which is a huge advantage that it has. 67-102. Here comes that Land Raider Phobos. There's an infestation tower. Not sure why he's putting it there. It no longer knocks down units. Maybe he put it there to block the Phobos since you cannot run over them anymore. 67-93. 2-to-1 cap for blue. Warlock is level 8. There is the Dirge Caster. Used it to make those Seer Council run away, but here comes the Avatar. Fire Prism getting big shots on that Phobos. It only has 2,000 hit points. Got those twinning las cannons on both sides. Put out some insane damage. Avatar backing off with decent range, as you can see. 67-74, 2-to-1 cap for blue. They've come back into this slowly but surely. And they're looking quite strong if you look at the rosters right now. Max power, floating tons of resources. What is he waiting for? Could get anything. Terminator's Land Raider, anything. Eldritch Storm on the Phobos from Kungalooh. Eldritch Storm is fantastic versus vehicles, of course, because it disables them as well as doing a lot of damage, and it's going to be finished off by the Manticore. Did not last long, did it? Bright Lance and Fire Prism also getting shots in, and a Barb Strangler Carnifex for good measure. Forcing melee on the Wraith Guard, I think. The Barb Strangler Carnifex is awesome, but being chased down by Assault Terminators from max power, that is what he was waiting for. Pibb still using the Infestation Tower, thinking it can knock down, I think. 67-41, 2-to-1 cap for blue. Carnifex is gonna go down. Veil of Time on those Terminators allowing them to easily keep pace with the Carnifex. Heretic still alive somehow, level 4. Tyger lost a lot of stuff. That was very, very painful. Carnifex does go down though. 67-31, 2-to-1 cap still. Webway Gate. Seer Council get out of it. Level 2, very nearly level 3. There is the level 3. Now going after the Wraith Guard. Sorry, they did not get out of the Webway Gate. This is a red Webway Gate. 67-21. Blue team surely going to see this out now. These Ogryns still around for CookieMonster. Level 4 Ogryns. He's done awesomely well to keep these guys around. Up against Lightning Claw Terminators though. Lots of plasma guns, and there's Catachans there, level 4 Catachans. Ogryns backing the hell off. Lightning Claw Terminators are going to go down again, are they? Taking tons of damage from these plasma guns and these Catachans. Catachans should close for melee, but they might not even need to. There we go. Down go the Terminators again. Down goes the Force Commander. No. Big special attack. He might go down anyway though. He's staying in this fight. Down he goes, 66, 67 even, 7. There's the 2-to-1, and I think blue team are gonna take it. Bright Lance trying to cap, but gets owned. There is the 2-to-1, and there is the GG from Pibb, and there is the game. Good grief. Farseer was level 10 for about 10 minutes, I think. Force Commander level 8 Sorcerer, level 10 Lord General, level 9 Revenant Alpha, so close to level 10. And a level 8 Warlock. Unfortunate that Pibb put some infestation towers in his base to farm red, but there you go. Just 67 VPs left. Absolutely tons of... Look at the state of the ground. Tons of stuff dying. These Wraith Guard, I think, units of the game. Where are they? I can't even select them. They're in the freaking Webway Gate or something. Level 4 Wraith Guard were awesome. Thank you for watching, guys. I will see you next time.